There's only one place to be on the biggest night in politics.
We'll be live with our teams on the ground in every part of the UK.
Expert analysis as all the results come in.
And reaction to any surprises.
Sit back, settle in, and join us for the ride.
And whatever happens, we've got you covered.
It's your election. It's your election night. Thursday at 9:55. Watch live on BBC iPlayer.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Nina Warhurst and Ben Boulos.
Our headlines today.
Yes, and they'll soon be waking up. We're with some England fans camping here in Essen ahead of that last 16 tie to come. And they do so knowing that it will be Switzerland who lie in wait in the quarterfinals.
The crowd just wanted to have fun. Cyndi Lauper speaks to Breakfast after battling sound problems.
But doesn't matter because the spirit, that was great.
And a lot of dry weather around. I'll have all the details later. It's Sunday, the 30th of June. Our main story, England's footballers are making final preparations for their first knockout match of the Euros tonight.
Their performances have been criticised, so the Swiss has more.
A fanfare for the fans. England supporters in fine voice as they began to arrive, hoping for a win, but also hoping for a bit more excitement.
What do you want to see from England that they've not shown so far this tournament?
I think maybe try and actually score, create more chances, go forward, rather than keeping possession and going backwards.
What have England got to do that they haven't done so far?
Into this knockout phase, they're going to be the same. They're going to be right behind the team, and it gives the team such a lift. And
take a bit of pressure off the group, and I reckon we can do it. I feel like we can pull through and get to the quarter-final.
As the firm favourites, but after their underwhelming group stage, remember this is now knockout football, and there's no room for error. Fans certainly are. Andy Swiss, BBC News, Gelsenkirchen.
And John's at a campsite in Essen with England fans this morning. Guessing quite not as loud and enthusiastic as that at this hour, John. But what is the mood there like?
Yeah, Ben, no. Well, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because it hasn't been pretty so far for England. As obviously boos raining down on Gareth Southgate after that rather drab goalless draw against Slovenia. Gareth Southgate has always been very successful at safely navigating England's path out of the group phase at major tournaments. England have managed under Gareth Southgate, but that seems to have been easily forgotten amongst these England supporters who performance, and I guess a performance which will bring the fans back around the team, because they had considered that it would be Switzerland after their victory over Italy last night who would lie awake now in the quarterfinals far in this tournament. But it is a big if when you consider the performances we've seen so far.
OK, John, for the moment, thank you very much. We'll speak to John a little later.
Yes, and it's worth pointing out the campsite we're at, where some England supporters are staying, is about 20 minutes from Dortmund, where that almighty storm was last night. It hit here as well. So I imagine for the England fans waking up this morning, having dealt with that last night, they will be hoping that England can produce a performance to lift the spirits, because it was certainly a damp affair here last night. We're going to be wishing that they were at Worthy Farm, perhaps watching Coldplay instead of England, Hugh.
Yeah, John, very rude about the weather in Somerset. It was absolutely glorious yesterday. You can have your rain over there and keep it. Thank you very much.
England! Come on, England. If that's not got you in the mood, back Southgate in Yorkshire, then what will?
I hope he was watching somehow. That'll put some wind in the sails, won't it?
He always watches, Ben. He always watches. That report is from Amanda White. We're back with your headlines at 7. Time now, though, for the travel show.
Ducking.
No. England!
Hello!
So this is your house?
Yes.
Do you back Southgate?
I don't actually follow football. I didn't have a clue why.
England! I am going to back Southgate. I'm going along back Southgate now. Without a doubt.
Everybody's supporting them. It's rather sad, really, that they can't put on a better show.
I feel frustrated every time I watch England. I think most England fans do. But I still think we can only go up.
Do you back Southgate?
Oh, of course, yes. Do I?
Well, ahead of England's match tonight, Gareth Southgate said he is desperate to do well for his country. But how are the fans feeling about it?
Well, our reporter Amanda White has been to a street in East Yorkshire called Back Southgate to find out if they really do.
Oh.
Southgate in Yorkshire, then what will?
The campsite in Essen with England fans this morning. Looks a little drizzly there, John. What is the mood like?
Yes, it's very wet here this morning. You probably saw some of those pictures last night. Obviously, the Germany against Denmark game abandoned for 25 minutes because of a huge thunderstorm over Dortmund. We're at a campsite around 20 minutes from there, and the weather is still very wet here this morning. So for those England fans who are going to be waking up here in the next hour or so, they will be hoping, won't they? They'll be looking forward to hopefully a positive English performance later again, and their support really comes back in behind the team, because there has been a bit of a split, hasn't there, after the performances so far in this tournament.
OK, John, thanks very much for that. We'll look forward to hearing from John more a little later this morning.
Feeling a little more positive about this now?
A little more positive, yeah.
I feel really excited about because Slovakia, they beat Belgium, and I hope England do win.
Oh, absolutely. And Harry, I understand that you've been turfed out. You're in the tent,
well, there is,
and the others are in the camper.
Well, there's plenty of room in the camper van, but I think they thought the Grandad would be more comfortable in the luxury annex.
Yeah, Jackson's always wanted to see England, and we thought, why not come out? It was close to home, so...
2-1 to England, and it will be extra time.
Yeah, you go extra time.
Yeah, so 1-1 in normal time, and then 2-1 in extra time to England.
Is that because you want a late night?
No, not just that. No, because I don't think England will be able to. I think they might score first, but then they kind of like what they've been doing is they score, they feel like they've won the game, then they drop back in defence, and then they just feel the pressure of the teams. Like the Denmark game, they had all the possession in that second half, all the possession in a bit of the first half. Then they score, and then a draw.
Yeah.
And I don't think they can do
and
that.
Look, and you know, it was a draw, but look how Denmark troubled Germany last night. So, you know, that's something I'm sure Gareth Southgate will be aware of, won't he? I love that, Jackson. And Jackson was telling us some of the sort of tactical changes and the formations he thinks Gareth Southgate should be employing. Hugh, I think Jackson needs a hotline to Gareth Southgate, don't you? Down on the touchline later. I think in Jackson we trust, perhaps.
John, thank you very much indeed. Yes, some top.
Absolutely. You can't substitute education, can you?
Yeah. So you just need that win to come.
Absolutely, yeah.
Has there been a good atmosphere amongst all the fans?
Cologne was amazing.
Yeah, Cologne was amazing down on the front. The amount of England fans, like we do when we take over city centres abroad, is fantastic to see. And the streets loved it.
It was amazing.
Playing football on the street, like Lara said, with the kids was brilliant. So that was the highlight, I think, in Cologne there. Before the kick-off, that was.
Well, thanks for joining us this morning. Seeking shelter under this tree. Boys, enjoy it. Okay, I hope you get that goal, and I hope Jude Bellingham gets that goal for you. And Declan Rice as well. Come on, England, indeed. Oh, I don't know. English weather, out here in Germany. What will the performance be later, though? That is the big question. And with the negativity swirling around at the moment, you produce a big performance. It would just bring the fans and the supporters back around this England team, which I think would serve them well, wouldn't it, as they head into the knockouts?
John, thank you very much indeed. Yes, that family ready and happy to leave you very quickly to go back